Across the continent, smallholder farmers continue to produce, but much of the journey ends where it begins. Next into the nest is an entrepreneur looking to change that, building something designed to connect what has long remained fragmented.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Eagle's Nest.
Good morning, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
You can introduce yourself and would love to hear your pitch.
All right. So my name is Innocent Gretz. I'm the founder and CEO of Free Trader. So we realized that Zimbabwe has got 58% of the smallholder farmers, giving us the highest population of the way that we raise our money in Zimbabwe. And despite that population, we also realized that most of the farmers, they've got challenge to access. They don't know what time, when, and where to sell their produce. They don't know the right quantities to put into the market. And they have got challenges in terms of accessing right transportation and warehouses. And because of that, we've developed the Free Trader, a produce network designed to connect smallholder farmers with buyers, transporters, and warehouse to make it easier for them to access the market. And as a way of us to increase the earnings for the smallholder farmers and also making it easy to have quality produce into the market. Our platform is accessed through our full-feature mobile application and soon to be on WhatsApp and USSD. So we onboard our farmers onto the platform and giving them an account with a bank account and a mobile wallet, increasing their financial inclusion. Because of that, we now allow them to advertise their produce. And now buyers can come to our platform either to search for the product or even to broadcast a demand. So if they want wheat, they can broadcast the demand. And this broadcast will be sent to the farmers either as a notification, a WhatsApp message, or an SMS. We have currently partnered with ZB Innovation, which has given us the banking platform for us to onboard on our farmers. We're in the process of signing MOUs with the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. So we want to start with 500,000 farmers in Manicaland and in Harare. And with that, we expect to get a minimum of about 1.2 million in our revenue for the first year, with a cost structure of around 130 to 250,000. So the market is ready. From Porter's records, we realized that Zimbabwe mobile penetration rate has reached up to 97.5%. So most of the smallholder farmers have got mobile phones. So our platform has got already an infrastructure set in place. And we are willing and we are ready to make this production to go. We have now developed our platform and we are now ready to deploy, and we are planning to deploy by mid of June so that at least we start with Manicaland and scale our platform to Zimbabwe. If we succeed, we'll then extend it to even participate in the Africa Free Trade Agreement. I hope that you will join me to make this product a success. Please join me so that at least we can empower our smallholder farmers and equip them and fight poverty in our platform and increase their high chance, their potential for them to be export ready. I thank you.
A passionate pitch from the entrepreneur, a vision aimed at closing a gap that has long limited growth for smaller players. However, in a nest built on experience, passion alone is never enough. Rulov, a seasoned farmer, is first with the questions.
Thank you very much. That's a great initiative and a great idea.
Thank you so much,
I think including the small-scale farmers and creating market accessibility is a very noble and very unique opportunity for a lot of farmers.
Thank you, sir.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
How many people have you currently got on the platform?
All right. So we have been building the platform. We were supposed to launch in February, but we were afraid of the Data Protection Act. So what we did is we withhold the deployment. But right now, we're now at a good ease because now we've got a partnership with Potros, and that part of us signing up with the Data Protection Act is now resolved. So now at that point, we didn't have funds for us to really push the product. That was one thing that was holding us back. But right now, we got a grant of 8,000 last week, which we're going to use for us to deploy. That's why now we are confident to say this junior will be able to actually deploy in Manicaland and in Harare.
Have you approached potential buyers, wholesalers, clients for the farmers?
Correct, yes. So currently we are in the process of talking to Delta because the approach that we want to use, we can create a relationship with the Delta and the extension officer and the bank, right? So we have communicated with the bank for them to facilitate the ways for farmers to get paid quickly. And we are now in the process of negotiating with ProBrains and the Delta so that at least we can now onboard for them to get bulk produce. Our goal is to make sure that these farmers, we source a lot of produce for the smallholder farmers and supply to the bigger commercial farmers because they've got also high earnings for the farmers.
And what does your business model look like?
All right, so our business model is based on commissions on transactions, right? So what we do is when a buyer purchases from the smallholder farmers, for that transaction cost, that's where we take in. We also earn from the transporters, because now we give transporters a way for them to get orders. So if they get an order from that transaction as well, we get our revenue. We also wanted to find a way for the platform to be used even with AMA, and also allow that if people are buying from export market, they also have to use our platform to see this project and also purchase even for the export.
Are you promising the farmer the transport?
We want to rely on existing infrastructure. Currently, Zimbabwe has got a lot of transport logistics people, but the problem is the connection. For example, a driver cannot just drive to Chirezi to look for an order. They need a reason to go there, right? And we know and we're confident, we've done our research to really see, do we really have the logistics in place? Yes, we do. Yes, of course, we've got challenges like our roads per se, right? But what we have done is when we are taking, for example, stocks from deep rural, we increase the discount on the transaction. So let's say, for example, we're supposed to be charged about 3%, but because we have chosen to buy from the deep rural, we can reduce that cost to even 1.5%. Why? So as a way of promoting this kind of deep rural farmers and also making it easier for our logistics and also for the buyers.
You've thought about this very well. Compliments to you.
I've been building this for almost quite some time now. It's my passion. I started to develop this when I was in college back in 2018. But because of life, right? Life happens, but I've been trying to push it. I was part of the SADC Rural Expo, which really exposed me to understand how the rural logistics and farmers operate. So because of that, I've been in there for quite some time now, trying to make it work. I hope I am in the right place now.
The entrepreneur stands firm, well prepared, well researched, and ready to defend his ground. An idea long in the making now faces a real test on a platform built to scale it. Clarence is next to dig in.
What are the products? What is the produce? What are the crops?
So right now I want to start with coffee, right? We wanted to do tea, but we were told that tea is locked up. We also wanted to find a way that if we can get into, you know, these they're not potatoes. They're called farinha. I don't know if there's an English word for it.
There is.
Right. So we wanted to focus on those areas. That's why we're choosing Manicaland per se, right? Because they've got this kind of non-perishable, or they've got longer storage facilities for them. So we are not really going to focus only on our produce. That's why we are going in January. We want to actually get there and start to understand the seasonal crops as well, right? We are willing to learn from the farmers, especially understanding what is there to connect the supply and the demand.
Okay, so you're still in the learning phase.
Truth be told, yes. We're still in the learning phase because we understand that the Zimbabwean environment is always changing, right? And right now, most of the farmers, most of the crops that we used to be confident in, they're no longer being produced by farmers, right? We want to understand why.
So what is the platform? Is it an application?
Right. So our platform is basically a network. Then we are building applications on top of it. So for example, the mobile application, right? The mobile application is the one that the farmers access. We also have got WhatsApp, which is also an application. But basically what we have done is we've built a network so that it can even accommodate the enterprise, the business. So for example, ProBrains. The ProBrains does not need a mobile application. They will need a full feature web system. And then through our APIs or our connections, we now connect them to the network. What we have just done is to create a platform for them to be able to integrate. We are more like creating a more seamless integration between the agriculture value chain.
I see.
In the nest, ideas in development are not uncommon, but they must still prove they can translate into viable, scalable businesses. For Karen, this idea echoes something familiar. A space already occupied and at scale.
So what's your plan to attract farmers onto this platform? How do you intend to onboard?
But we wanted to take advantage of partnerships. We know that us as a company, if we go to farmers, they won't trust us. But if you go through extension officers, if you go through government programs now, it will be easier for us because now we will be part of the program that the government is initiating.
Okay. I think I'm aware that there is currently a Zimbabwe Commodities Exchange or Mercantile Exchange that's being developed. So have you had any discussions with them? Was there scope to partner with what they're doing?
right? So currently they are our biggest competitor, right? Yeah?
Or you are their biggest competitor?
Okay.
I'm looking forward to be their biggest competitor.
Okay.
The reason being, the Zimbabwe Merchants Exchange mainly deals with commodities, our maize, our wheat, right? Because they usually export to nations. They usually deal with national relationships, right? But for us, we are going right at the bottom to the grassroots, the smallholder farmer, right? And we want to first connect them with our businesses. And then if possible, then we expand. So yes, we're not going to really have a partnership with them. If possible, like you said, we will be their biggest competitor.
No, that's what you said. I didn't say that. You
Okay,
said
so my last question.
Yes,
and look, we admire the ambition. It's good to see. I mean, it's not a new innovation.
True.
But sometimes about taking what's there and improving it. I don't know if you've benchmarked your product or your tech with some of the other e-commerce techs that are already available just regionally and internationally to see how yours can be the game changer. And I think what I'll add on there is a question on payments. What work have you done to be able to facilitate payments between buyers and sellers?
Most of these e-commerce, they only build their standalone, their silo system, right? They are the shop, right? But what we've built, we're not focusing on us building an e-commerce. We want to build a connection, a completely integrated value chain, right? So from the solutions that are out there right now, they've only focused on just pushing the product to the market. But no, for us, we want to even study from the grassroots, the quality of the produce that gets to the warehouse, right? The connection between the transporters. So we have tried by all possible means to not just offer a marketplace, but also to consider all other things that affect our smallholder farmers. So that's how our system is different from most of the systems that are out there. That's on the benchmark. Then in terms of the payment system, we've partnered with the ZB Financial Holdings, right? Because we understood that for us to have our own payment gateway will be very expensive, right? So through ZB Innovation, we have actually received the documentation for us to integrate our system, and we're in that process. I'm sure that in about 2 weeks' time, we'll be done with all the payment integration. Not only for the payment, we didn't want to just give them a way to be paid, but we wanted to find a way to make them bankable. We want to make sure that all their banking records are tracked by the bank, and we are surrendering this to ZB because we know security issues we cannot handle. We're still a small company, but with our partnership with ZB, they've agreed to handle all our banking and payment situations.
The entrepreneur reaffirms his vision to build an interconnected system that bridges gaps across the agricultural value chain for smallholder farmers. It seems the judges have heard enough and are ready to make their verdict.
It's a yes from me. I really like this innovation. I think, like a lot of my colleagues are saying, it's not new, but something that can distinguish. I mean, for one, in the agricultural space, it's not that easy to come up with something brand new, right? And there's no need to constantly be trying to reinvent the wheel. There's demand for innovations that have an impact on our smallholder farmers. There's demand for innovations that help our smallholder farmers and farmers in general to increase their profits. So I think this is an innovation that is really sound. And it sounds like you have the research, the passion, the years of experience trying to put this idea forward to present something that will end up being a really polished and potentially successful project. Things that can distinguish a unique product or a unique company doesn't have to be the product. It can be the processes. It can be how you're accessing the market. You know, if you are the person that's going to the smallholder farmers directly, if you have partnerships with some of the smaller organizations, whilst these other platforms are connecting people at more of the national level, there's an opportunity there for you to be faster, to be more efficient, to have more on-the-ground information, to be more responsive to the needs of those smaller farmers than, say, a national organization can be. So I would say to really capitalize on that capacity, focus on your strengths when it comes to competing with some of these bigger organizations. And I think you can really go far with that.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it.
I think that's very well spoken, Crystal, and compliments to you because you have a yes from me as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
An emphatic yes from me as well. He's so passionate. So
He is.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, ma'am. Thank you.
You already have 3 yeses. I won't give you a yes, but I'll give you advice.
Yes, sir.
It's no for me for the fact that I need you to do more research on what products you want to trade. If you're coming in as a commodity broker and you're trading anything and everything, it's a different approach, which is also acceptable. But what was missing in your pitch was that you don't have a target, you're not sure what you're going to look for. So I just need you to polish that. Find exactly what you're going to look for, because when you approach the farmers, they want to know what you're looking for. You can't just come and say, I'm looking for produce to trade. What produce? Also, do more research on the products that you have highlighted, like coffee. There's not enough coffee in Zimbabwe. We're struggling to meet a very small demand for a big coffee brand in the world that is importing from Zimbabwe. I don't think you did enough research there, but other than that, I think it's a good idea. I can't give you a yes, but you've got 3 yeses, so you're happy, you're good. But please do more research on the products and choose a position that is clear. But it's a good plan. I wish you well.
Thank you so much. I really
Thank you.
appreciate that, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
The judges have concluded that Free Trader Africa has what it takes to proceed to the next stage of the program, where they will receive targeted training and mentorship to refine the model, strengthen its structure, and prepare it for markets beyond borders. With that, the journey continues, and the vision moves one step closer to reality. The Eagle's Nest AgriChallenge, proudly brought to you by Zimtrade and the Netherlands Embassy.